Hello friends! There was only one gasoline unit under the hood of the Evoque, a 2-liter turbo engine with 240 horsepower, SI4. This is Ford's well-known EcoBoost. The 2.0 EcoBoost is characterized by the destruction of the exhaust manifold. Fragments hitting the turbine can disable it. Another characteristic vulnerability is the upper pipe of the cooling system. There is also the destruction of the key of the gas distribution clutch. The timing mechanism of the 2-liter EcoBoost 204 PT is chain. It is not yet necessary for the owners to change it. The most successful in the engine range is a 2.2-liter turbo diesel developing 150 horsepower, TD4, or 190 horsepower, SD4. This is a joint product of Ford and PSA, which debuted back in 2000. Since then, the motor has gone through several major upgrades and has been used in many cars. The turbo diesel 2.2 224 DT is quite reliable. There are practically no serious shortcomings. Among the common malfunctions, one can note damage to the intercooler pipe after 60 to 120,000 kilometers. Diesel 2.2 timing gear drive, belt, with a recommended replacement interval of 10 years or 120,000 kilometers. During the facelift at the end of 2015, the Diesel 2.2 was replaced with a more modern 2-liter turbo diesel with a boost of 150 and 180 horsepower. The Ingenium series engine is Jaguar Land Rover's own development. The all-aluminum 204 DTD 4-cylinder turbo diesel is 20 kilograms lighter and meets the Euro 6 standard. The timing is driven by a chain located on the side of the gearbox. According to Minders, the engine will not be able to boast of a high resource. On other models of the brand, the 2-liter diesel engine compromised itself with premature wear of the cylinders, lowering of the liners, and problems with the balancing shaft bearings. At the same time, in the case of the Evoque, there are no unpleasant incidents yet. In cars produced before 2014, a 6-speed Aisin AW F21 TF81SC automatic transmission was used, and from the 2014 model year, a 9-speed ZF 9HP48 transmission went into production. The Japanese Aisin, the box is reliable and durable. However, some complain about rough shifts or bumps. Changing the oil and updating the gearbox control program does not always help. The main cause of the disease is defective sealing rings of the clutch pack shaft, which leads to a drop in pressure of the working fluid. In 2015, modernized Teflon rings appeared. At the same time, Volvo offered its customers a repair kit and repair technology. The box was used in many Volvo models. Nothing like this was offered to Land Rover owners. It must be admitted that long-term operation of the Aisin machine with shocks usually does not lead to unpleasant consequences. The German 9-speed ZF proved more problematic. Sometimes the box needed repair after 100 to 120,000 kilometers. The reason is premature wear of the running splined bushing. Along the way, I got a package of clutches, a torque converter, and a valve body. The problem affected, first of all, samples of 2014 to 2015 of release. Later, the box was refined, and the number of incidents was significantly reduced. The owners of the Range Rover Evoque with the ZF 9HP complained first of all about the fatal kick when switching the box from second to third gear. Torque is transmitted to the rear wheels through the Haldex 4th generation center clutch, and since the fall of 2015, the 5th generation. Both clutches are very sensitive to oil cleanliness, so regular replacement of the transmission fluid along with the filter, Haldex V without filter, is a must. In older specimens, problems with the operation of the all-wheel drive system can be caused by damage to the connector or wiring of the control module. Mcpherson Struts work on the front axle of the Range Rover Evoque, and a multi-link suspension on the rear axle. Ball bearings of the front levers reach 100 to 150,000 kilometers. By this time, silent blocks are also being surrendered. The silent blocks of the rear levers are much more durable. The Evoque's key innovation is the new Adaptive Dynamics chassis. It is based on third-generation MagneRide magnetic shock absorbers from BWI Group. They provide an excellent combination of comfort and handling. Unfortunately, the resource of optional magnetorheological shock absorbers is much lower than conventional ones, about 80 to 100,000 kilometers. Many owners of used cars, after the failure of complex MagneRide shock absorbers, prefer to install ordinary ones. At the same time, it will be necessary to install inexpensive snags and other fenders. Front wheel bearings can make noise after 80 to 120,000 kilometers. Rear bearings are usually more tenacious. A number of Evoques have come under a recall campaign to replace aluminum steering rack bolts with hardened ones. Due to age, there are no questions about the corrosion resistance of the body. From time to time, there are non-systemic failures in the operation of various equipment. Often, on a segment of 60 to 120,000 kilometers, one of the door locks had to be repaired due to a motor failure. If you know of other model malfunctions, be sure to write about it.